Hello travelers, I'm Chris. Welcome to Lore Spire. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 quality of life mods for Ark Survival Ascended that we're using on our Lore Spire tribal server. And the first one, of course, is going to be the AP Death Recovery mod. Okay, as you can see, we've just died there. So we're going to pick a bed to respawn at. And then you just come over to the recovery stone. Looks like a tombstone. You push the E button and you can see that we have all of our stuff back on our body. Okay, now this is an engram that you have to learn. You can see right there, you get it at level 25 and it costs 25 cementing paste and 100 stone to make. Anybody can make it and anybody in the tribe can use it once it's been made to recover their body from anywhere. Okay, the next mod we're going to take a look at is the Super Spyglass Super Binoculars mod. And this just allows you to craft a spyglass or spyglasses that will give you more information about your tames. If you see here, 2 sets of numbers on each of the stats for stamina, food, health, oxygen, so on and so forth. The first number that you see here is the dino's base stats, what it is either tamed with or birthed with, or what it has while it's in the wild. The second number after the dash is the player distributed levels, just where you have allocated the levels that it has gained since you first birthed or tamed it. All right, and if we look at the binoculars are even better. You'll see that they give you a little side window, as you can see right there, that gives you all the stats in bar form, and you can actually left click in order to track a target. So even if we're not looking at that now, we can see it at all times. So this is a great way to track a wild dino's torpor whenever you're trying to knock it out, or its food whenever you need to feed it, things like that. Next on the list is the Utilities Plus mod, and this will allow you to take items that would normally have to be made in groups and allow you to just make one and it would be reusable. Like normally you got to make a bunch of spears because they'll break, but you can just have a reusable spear with this mod so that you don't have to worry about carrying 10 spears around with you. Okay, same thing for grappling hooks. Instead of having to carry 20 or 50 or however many grappling hooks, depending on what crazy things you're trying to do, you just get one reusable grappling hook. Pretty much anything that you might need multiples of gets an engram that allows you to make a reusable version of that item. Very, very helpful. Next up on the list, we have the QoL Plus mod. Okay, and this mod does so freaking many things, we can't go over them all here, but it adds a multi-tool, it adds an omni tool. These things will allow you to do things like spay or neuter a dino with the click of a button just by shooting it. It'll allow you to transfer everything from one storage container to another, just by shooting them, things like that. Okay, it also adds air conditioners, and the air conditioners are much more powerful. So instead of needing to stack 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 air conditioners or whatever, you can just have one quality of life air conditioner. It adds refrigerators, which will actually keep things such as organic polymer for much longer. Normally you can't put organic polymer in a fridge and have its time affected. You have to use a snail or pacatina to do that. But this just allows you to take things like organic polymer and biotoxin and preserve them for longer, thus cutting down on your need to farm. Okay, the mod also adds things like a nanny and a gardener and a farmer to help automate your food production and parts of your animal reproduction process. It adds hitching posts, as you can see right here. This just allows you to hitch your dinos so that they never get too far away from the post, even if they're on wandering or if they're on aggressive and they attack something or whatever, they can never get away from the post so you don't lose your dinos. All of those things are really great, and depending on what you like to do in the game, you may find some of them more useful than others. But I will say that I think the most useful or most awesome part of this is the pool function. It allows you to pull anything. You can see right here at the top of the screen on the left above crafting and cosmetics, we have a few buttons. I can click this right here, this cave with the down arrow. It opens up this menu. I can type something into here, and you see that I can select metal. It'll show me every container that has metal, how much metal it has, or if we choose metal arrows, it'll show us that. And then you can type the quantity that you want to take. We'll say 2. All right, and then you just hit pull, and it'll pull it from that container, the number, into your inventory. Done. You can see there we now have 2 metal arrows, and it actually does a lot more stuff that's way freaking cooler than that. Okay, another awesome function that it has is it will allow you to pull materials in order to repair things. Like we have this flak chest piece right here, it needs to be repaired. You just left click on it, you hit the wrench right here, and it will pull all the materials that you need to repair it. And then after it does that, you just repair it. Now, of course, we can't repair it unless it's in a smithy. So let's try that again in the smithy. So yeah, we just drop it into the smithy, we left click it, we hit the wrench, and it will pull all of the items needed into the smithy to repair it. Then you hit repair, and the item is repaired. Super convenient, super awesome, freaking love it. Now, one last functionality that it has here. Let's say we want to craft this sword. We just throw this sword into the smithy, or sword blueprint rather, into the smithy. We left click it, and we click this right here, and it will pull everything needed to craft that sword into the smithy. And you can see now that we can craft the sword. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our last mod, except for maybe a bonus. We might have a bonus mod afterwards. Anyways, Where Are the Bodies is the name of this mod, and it is Corpse and Bag Finder mod. All right, we just lost an Argentavis. We want to recover what was on it. So we're going to press R, hold it, and then we're going to press Where Are the Bodies. Come to your settings. Make sure that you have the highlight time maxed out. And I would also turn up the thickness and the fill a little bit. You know, somewhere around 1/3 or something like that should be good. Glow at 1 is fine. Anyways, once you have those settings set or tweaked however you like them, come to the orange skull for Where Are the Bodies. And you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there is now a timer, a skull with 52 seconds on it currently. And it will detect bags. Okay, you can see right there, there's a bag. Now, that's not our Argentavis's bag because it's red. That's a wild dino bag. Don't care about that one. Our Argentavis's bag should be in orange. All right, so you do have to have at least some kind of idea of where the animal died at. But as long as you do, you can see it has a pretty good range. Even from this far away, we can see our Argentavis's bag. This helps a ton, especially whenever you die in rivers or in rocks or in tree or grassy areas. If you're not sure exactly where something is. If you're being accosted by Trudons. Anyways, we can come right over here to the bag, pick it up, and it is majorly helpful. All right, now we got all of our stuff back. And the last mod that I want to show you is actually this Autorunner mod. Okay, if I press R and I come up here and click on this green dinosaur, you can enable walk mode, which you do not actually want to do. Enable auto run, which we do have on, and then configure auto run. You can configure this however you want. I would turn start with sprint active on. It starts as off by default. Okay, but all the other settings probably good. Anyways, all that's going to do is just allow you to use the slash key next to the number key as a way to auto run. So you do not have to touch your keyboard. Right now my hands are completely off of keyboard and mouse, and we're just auto running. Okay, hit it again, and we stop. You can, of course, change the hotkey to whatever you want. But there you go. There's a 6th bonus mod. It's pretty helpful. It's pretty nice to not have to touch the keyboard while you're flying long distances or running long distances. Anyways, if this helped you out, please let us know in the comments below. And like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, it helps us out a ton. We really appreciate it. We'll be bringing you more Ark Survival Ascended content in the future. This has been Chris with Lore Spire. Be well, my friends.